to Transform with Dr. Maggie Yu. And today we have a family who graduated from our program recently. And we're going to talk about how actually attacking autoimmune disease as a family can actually increase your outcome 10, 20, 30, 100-fold, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm Dr. Maggie Yu, and I'm an integrative physician, and we have an 8-week and a year-long program focusing on transforming autoimmune disease naturally. What we're going to do is we're going to dive right in. And for those of you who are watching right now, if you can give us a thumbs up, if you can go ahead, raising awareness of autoimmune disease is a huge mission of ours. If you can comment in the section below in the comment, write the name of anybody that you feel would benefit from this information of going through autoimmune disease as a family together. Put their name in the comment section and share this right now, and give this family a huge hearts, wow face, or a thumbs up right now. And for any alumni that are watching right now, go ahead and chime in that you're an alumni in the comment section, and that way people can post questions and you can help answer them right now. And without further ado, I'm going to have the mom of the family and both of you introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Denise Trepanier, and these are my sons. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Alden McGuinn. I'm a senior at South Eugene High School. Yeah.
And I'm Dana. I'm 20 years old, and yeah.
Okay, and I'm 60 and damn proud of it.
Damn!
I might not have said that, pre-8 weeks, so I want to make a statement.
And we haven't even started talking about your pink bras yet.
I said I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well, I'm going to talk about how, I'm going to just talk about what kind of autoimmune disease issues that this family's been dealing with. Denise, you can talk about what autoimmune disease diagnosis and symptoms you have. Dana, you, and Alden, you lack thereof. Go for it.
Yes, so celiac 4 or 5 years ago, really low blood pressure, orthostatic hypotension, depression, anxiety, mental fog up the wazoo.
Oh, you forgot about that one.
I told them to prompt me if I forgot.
I'll do it.
Phew.
Dana?
I was diagnosed with celiac about 3 years ago now, and I found out because my mom got diagnosed, and it was right as I was graduating from high school and getting ready to launch into the world, and I just kind of felt my body and mind crumbling as I was trying to go to college. And I went to 2 years of college, and then during my last year studying abroad, I lost 30 pounds in about a month, and I stopped sleeping for 4 months, and I had crippling anxiety and depression and couldn't think at all. I don't remember anything that I learned in my last year of college. Mm-hmm. That is right at the end of the summer is when I found Maggie and Frankie and got in touch with them.
And we're going to talk a little bit about how you actually got in touch with us first. You were the leader in this with your family. But let's have Alden introduce yourself about what you were struggling with.
So I don't have celiac disease, so genetically I dodged that bullet. But when Dana and Mom were joining the program and they were doing the Skype call, I was able to connect with Maggie that some of my symptoms that I was feeling were actually autoimmune related. For example, I had anxiety that kind of started in the summer, and it wasn't like a social anxiety. It was more of kind of a disorienting anxiety where I'd kind of feel out of it, or I just almost like brain fog. But then I'd get really nervous about it, and actually through the program I was able to connect that to having low blood sugar. Which knowing the root of that and being able to basically control it has been just a huge relief. Also fatigue. I was having trouble sleeping deeply. I would wake up and feel like I hadn't really slept or that I dreamt all night. Also acne.
Yeah.
Brain fog. Yeah, that's it.
Did I have to remind you about brain fog?
No.
And I forgot chronic fatigue syndrome. That's
Yeah.
part of my daily life.
You know,
Yeah.
so what I want to highlight today is that we have a lot of times several members of a family doing the program together with us. And this is a particular case where mom and both sons did it together as a family. And I really want to highlight what an experience that is. And for me, like, it was actually really, you're 20 years old and you were the one who reached out to us first, Dana. So I want to ask you, what prompted you to do that? Why did you prompt to take control of your health in such a huge way at such a young age?
I reached out to you, Maggie, because I realized that if I didn't master my health right now, then I wouldn't be able to achieve any of my dreams in life. So yeah, that's why I reached out.
Can you tell me what one of those dreams were?
Yeah, my main dream is to be a professional musician and be a touring musician and teach, just live completely off of music.
Yeah. A cornerstone of our program and my philosophy around autoimmune disease, which is the core piece is that autoimmune disease is where your immune system is, instead of identifying a germ outside your body as a target to attack, it's mistaking a part of your body as a target to attack. Now, in the case of celiac, let's say it's your colon or your gut, right? What's the likelihood if it's mistaking your gut as a germ and it's trying to kill it, that it's attacking other parts of your body as a germ? Your skin, your mental health, your joints, your fatigue. How easy and how likely is it that there's 20, 30, 100 other targets of autoimmune attack? Huge.
Yeah, because my thyroid was starting to be attacked in the last year.
How did you know?
My neck was super swollen, but I actually didn't even connect it until I got into the program, and I realized, hey, wait a minute, because when it was happening, I was like, wait a minute, I have celiac disease. Like, why is my neck swollen? Because I thought they were completely disconnected, but now, thanks to you guys, I realized that they were very connected.
You're just really proud of your really swollen neck.
No, because I'm not proud of it because I don't know the swollen neck anymore.
How long did it take your neck swelling to go down?
Well, it only happened in a couple instances, so I didn't have any going into the program. But I haven't had any since I started.
So it's coming and going.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I want to ask, what are some of the outcomes that you've experienced during the 8 weeks? Where are you now with some of these? What are the outcomes? I want each of you to go down the list.
Oh my gosh. I was saying this to Dana in our hike along Pisgah today with our dog Agate is, I'll come back to the other physical stuff, but to me it's being able to wake up in the morning and feel rested. It's just a miracle to me and feel rested, and that I don't have to push myself out of bed like, okay, come on, you can do it. Show up for your kids, show up for whatever.
But those of you that are watching right now, how many of you wake up in the morning and feel like you can't, or you don't even want to, or don't have the motivation or drive to get out of bed? I would say 90% of the people we talk to and deal with in our program, that is the number one major buzzkill and major symptom, right? But you're saying that you're waking up in the morning with like, oomph, ready.
Yeah, versus, oh, I'll just go back to sleep again, or no one needs me, I'll just go back to sleep again. So all of the symptoms that I mentioned at the start, improvements on all of them. Occasionally still the brain fog, you know, and, but we've worked together. It's like, don't finish my sentences, let me finish them. They'll just take a second.
But actually, that's a mindset switch for you, Denise.
Oh, yes.
You used to be very dependent on them because you didn't trust yourself.
Well, that's true.
Where are you
It's
now?
like I had no brain.
Yeah, where are you now?
Oh, trust me.
She's head chica now, like, it feels like she has more energy than me sometimes, like it scares me. And she's like telling me what, like, she's like boss of the kitchen now.
Woo.
For us.
Oh my God, I actually like to cook. But in terms of food, of the three of us, you've always been the most cooker, right?
Yeah.
I did have no idea how much time it takes to think about it, to go grocery shopping with a list, and then to prep all this cutting and slicing and dicing and the cleanup. I mean, our machine's going every day. It's just, it's the
So what you're saying is that used to be really overwhelming for you.
Oh, I wouldn't be in the kitchen.
What is it like now for you?
Oh, it's fun.
It's fun.
I mean, if any of my friends knew this, they would, my brother-in-law, others, they'd be like, no, that's not Denise. It's like gardening. I thought
True.
cooking and gardening was going to be in my 70s or something.
So what I'm hearing from you is like the brain fog is way better, the anxiety level, the depression, the mood is way better, waking up in the morning with energy, vigor, and drive, and number 5, loving cooking.
It's amazing. And the unexpected outcome, which I had no clue about until Maggie Yu and all those videos, mindset videos for all of that. The whole mindset, new emotional home. I wouldn't have guessed that was part of this program, and that's make or break for me. Make or break.
Well, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask the boys this. I mean, a lot of people coming in thinking an autoimmune disease program, I always mention community and mindset, and people don't think they're coming in for that. They don't even think that they need it or that it's the most important piece. So I'm going to ask the both of you, what do you guys think of the mindset work, of changing how you think? How important was that piece for you guys?
It was like critical for me. Like when I started the program, I think I was excited to learn, and I think I had a positive mindset, but like through speaking with Maggie and Frankie, plus just being on the calls weekly and just hearing other people turn their mindset around, I really started waking up more grateful and just spending 5 minutes like every morning before I would go take a shower, just sitting in bed and just thinking, like breathing and just thinking what I was grateful for. Because that was actually a specific exercise Maggie talked about, waking up. So that has helped a lot.
What do you think, Darian?
I think, just like both of you guys said, I think the mindset is like the foundation really of your guys' program, which I did not know at all coming into it. Because I've really been sick for about a year, and I know there was people in the program who'd been sick for 10, 20, 30 years. But just for me being sick for a year, I was starting to lose faith that I would ever feel good again.
Hopeless.
Yeah, I didn't actually believe that I could feel good again. And now I'm at a point where I know I'm going to feel good again, and I know what it takes to do it. And it feels good doing these steps that you've shown me, because I know that they bring me outcome.
This is just 2 months later.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a question. Did any of you, 3 of you, know when you started this? I talked to you guys 2 months ago on the phone. Did you guys know that you would be, could you even imagine that you'd be right here, right now with these outcomes 2 months later?
Yeah, I was actually.
He's lived in multiple lives.
After our Skype call, our first Skype call, I was like, "This is gonna work."
Yeah, honestly, I agree with
Like,
that. Once we talked to
honestly,
you, I was
yeah.
like, I know something's gonna happen.
Not me.
Oh, you were the doubting Thomas.
Well, I was just in my mental fog cocoon, and really, truly, Dana's the one who said, and it wasn't, it's all of the investment, all parts and pieces, time and energy for me was huge. I would say to you guys, how many hours of video calls a week? And we got homework and these handouts, and I just thought, because I've thought about taking a class again sometime. I'd love to take a class, and I just thought, no, I can't handle it. And yeah, so I was not where you two were.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How did you handle this class, the most important class for the fight of your life? How did you handle it?
I just did it.
You showed up. You showed up and played full out.
She played full
Full out. Every step of the way.
Okay, but a couple of hints. Number one, I'd be stressed before it started, and I'd make sure that they would set up all the technology beforehand, and did things work, and who was going to be beside me, and how to click on what, and all that kind of stuff. And both of you, remember you telling me, stop taking notes, Mom, because I thought I need notes, right? So that I'm going to remember this stuff. So it was a lot. I couldn't have done it without you. So I could not have imagined. I didn't even really know what I was signing up for. It was about trusting you guys and your very intense call.
It was so intense because of your pink bra. I was intense.
You said we weren't going to talk about
I'm
that.
sorry.
What I saw though, Mom, is
Yeah.
that at the start you were overwhelmed, and like we were helping her out, but then like after like 2 or 3
You were
weeks,
running with
you were
it.
just on your, like you had it all.
That's true.
So
I think it takes a special breed to really get these kinds of outcomes because
Yes,
all the
it's
ones at
commitment.
school, at recess or after school, whatever.
Recess.
No, not recess. What do you call it? Break? Sorry.
I had a free period and I was
AT,
like,
I'm sorry.
I would duck out of school and then I had like my little spot. I had like
Whispering?
a little niche. I would be like on my phone, like and it'd be raining, but I'd be undercover and then like I'd have my earbud in.
So
and
much commitment.
I'd be loving it because the calls are honestly a blast. Like I thought it would be kind of awkward. Like I always get kind of nervous for video calls, but like everybody on is just having like a good time. And it feels
It's
like
fun.
I feel like I know Maggie and Frankie well, even though today is like the first time meeting them. It's weird. Like I've only seen them on
I
screen.
know.
I felt like I won the lottery. You guys should have seen. I mean, you guys don't. But when I came through the door, I was like, "Oh my god!" Yes.
Well, and I said I had to poke you guys that you're really real.
We have spent so much time together on our
Yes.
online program together as a group. I feels like we already know each other, but it's interesting. Like we're just really touching each other in flesh the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've never had that anything close to this kind of relationship with my doctor before. Of like actually, because I did not know how much time we would spend together and how much time you guys would invest in us.
I have a question for you guys. Before working with us, did you ever work with a dietitian or a nutritionist with when you got the diagnosis for celiac? Did you ever work with anybody in the onset?
No, my primary and then my gastro doc, who did all the biopsy and stuff, he gave me papers.
Handouts.
Handouts. But very different
The
than your
handout
handouts.
That's a method. The handout method.
But it's lists of words. Your guys have pictures. And it said, recommend you go see a nutritionist. And I remember highlighting and circling in them, and then I just came back to bed for like the next 4 years just to get up. But you guys, did you see it?
I had one appointment with a nutritionist. She just sat down and I just wanted to know if there was a limit on eggs. Like if I could eat as many eggs as I want, and then I was like a junior in high school. I didn't even really.
That's what you remembered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I remember.
You got an appointment just to talk about eggs?
Yeah, because I loved eggs, and I was like, can I eat like 9 eggs?
Oh,
a day?
cool. Forget about gluten free. How much eggs can I
But
eat?
when you guys came into the program, you talked a lot about how terrified you were of eating out. That was a big part of our early on
Sure.
conversation. It's like eating out was something. There was a lot of fear around foods, and I mean, it's been so cool to see you guys go from a place of fear all the way to a place of love and joy and being in the kitchen together. So I'm just curious, like, what about the nutrition and the way that the program does nutrition works for you guys? Worked for you guys? Because there's magic behind
but
the wizardry.
I've seen
I
that.
wonder what is the wizardry?
Go for it. Yeah.
Well, just the simplicity of the nutrition. It's not like they give us these big recipes and it's like super complicated. No, it's like stuff we already have in the pantry. It's like simple. It's about preparing simple meals that really regulate your blood sugar, that really fill you, but not like these long ingredient lists or like complicated. It's like really simple nutrition.
This is tailored towards you.
Yeah.
It's tailored towards you, and it doesn't talk about calories at all.
Yeah.
Which is whenever,
The C word.
like, until I came to you guys' program, whenever I thought about nutrition or dietitian or anything like that, I thought about calories, like the number that you see on the back of the package. I was like, I don't want to think about that.
I know, and I
Like,
say
I
really
don't-
early on, I'm not that kind of nutritionist.
Yeah.
I know, it's very good.
Talk
And about pounds,
calories.
weighing yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
you used to be hooked on weighing yourself,
Yeah.
and you really,
Put the scale
My
in the garage.
My new hobby is
it's hidden.
is reading the backs of labels, like
Yes.
how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein. I just love it.
Yes, that's
Love
where you
it.
focus. That's the right
Yeah.
focus.
And then as a family, that just really helped because then, I mean, we've spent more time together, not just counting this program, but in the kitchen, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And eating together.
Yeah. It's funny, like, we'll be getting ready to eat, and like I'll look over at Mom's bowl and I'll see it's just like pure carbs. Like she has like it's like mostly carbs.
Like what carbs?
And then like a little bit of meat at the top, and I'm like, Mom, that doesn't look too balanced. And then like the next night, she'll come back and get me. So it's like,
Yes.
it really
Yes.
helps.
We keep each other in check.
Yeah.
That's why I think
Yeah.
you guys got the outcomes that you
Oh,
have.
yeah.
So as doing this together, I mean, those of you that are watching, that are alumni that saw these three go through our program, and you went with them through the program. I mean, you can chime into what your experience of this family was like. It's just amazing to watch how you three came together and supported each other and others in the group to actually continue to make progress and accountability. So I have a question. I mean, it sounds like, I think we went over Denise's outcomes. Did we go over Alden or Dana's outcomes?
No, not yet.
Okay, I want you two to talk about your outcomes, and then I have a big question.
So my outcomes were I was able to rein in my anxiety, like, and also through regulating my blood sugar, through having a mixture of fiber, protein, and fat, really keeping a regulated blood sugar, I was able to really figure out the root of my anxiety. And also, kind of similar to what my mom was saying, popping out of bed early. Because when I started school in the fall, so I have jazz band in the morning, I get up at 5:30, and I would like lay in bed for maybe like a half an hour, just like
Dreading.
yeah, just dreading. Because also I take cold showers in the morning, so I would just be like cowering in my bed. But now I just pop up, I shave, I jump in the shower.
Yeah, you gotta skip in your jet.
Yeah,
You gotta skip in your step.
Yeah.
Ready to
Plus,
go.
Also I saw a big difference in energy plus mood. And I think that was a combination of iron and vitamin D.
Yeah.
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 Because usually in the winter I get kind of like,
The winter blues.
Yeah,
Especially in Oregon.
and I
Yeah.
haven't felt that yet. It's like early January.
So your outcome, Alden, is no anxiety, no depression, huge energy increase, better skin.
Correct.
Okay, great.
I will start with sleep, because that was the scariest thing for me this past year. I've always been a really great sleeper, so I've never really paid attention to it. But for about 6 months, I was sleeping maybe 3 to 4 hours a night, and I felt like I was just like a couple inches beneath being awake. And I just felt like I was losing my mind. So for the first time now, I'm sleeping like 9 and 10 hours.
Wow.
And not just dreaming all night, but like actual deep sleep. And waking up feeling rested. Waking up feeling rested is just an incredible feeling. I can't describe that.
And how many of you watching don't have that? Haven't had that, right? Waking up in the morning, you say, feeling like you were rested from a great night of sleep.
Yeah.
You told me in the beginning that the reason you reached out to us was so you can live the life of your dreams, right? You can reach your dreams. What does it feel like when you wake up first thing in the morning and you have that giddy
I'm
up
ready to go
energy?
kick ass.
Right?
Well, and share how much you're composing. You're like
Okay,
on
so
fire.
that's the second thing.
We're
So
like fangirling.
that's connected to brain fog. Is I couldn't think at all before I joined your guys' program. I was enrolled for college this year, but I decided I couldn't because I couldn't focus for more than like 10, 15 minutes, and I didn't remember anything that I would study. So I didn't take college because of that. But because I'm a musician now, I've been composing a lot, and for the first time ever, I'm able to concentrate and maintain concentration for like hours on end, which is going from pretty much not being able to think at all to that.
So you're composing now.
Yeah, in a couple months. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and anxiety and depression were very intense before I came to you guys, and non-existent now.
Well, let me ask you guys. I mean, this was a big, Denise, you had mentioned that this is a big investment of time, energy, and focus. And it's also a huge financial investment as well to turn around your health like this. And so I have a question, which is, I asked everybody is, did you feel like this investment financially, was worth the outcomes that you guys have now, 2 months later? Are these outcomes worth the investment that you guys have put into it?
Yeah. 2,000 times over. Yeah.
What do you think, Mom?
I had no clue. I mean, the first call, you
Yeah.
know, and talking about all parts, right? Finances, time, energy. It was just like, oh my God. And I remember going to Dana and I'm like, I don't know about this. and you were just crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do this, Mom.
Yeah.
And it was a leap of faith, total leap of faith. And yeah, we're living on a tight finance. But the way I really, as a mom, for those of you who are the parents, especially the mom out there, my initial was doing it for you.
Mm.
Yeah, not even for yourself.
Yeah, that's part of my new mindset. Is self-care, putting myself first, all that kind of stuff. So that's been part of the whole process. But I realized that if it had been just me making my decision about me, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have had the courage or...
You wouldn't have had the courage. But now that you know what your outcomes are, okay?
Oh, it's priceless.
Right.
On every dimension.
Yeah.
Every dimension. And I just see, to me, it's ripple effect, and it's going to be generational ripple effect.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right? Whatever your lives are heading forward.
Their
and-
families in the future.
Absolutely.
Because also, it's like what you're saying, generational. Because now that we have basically a master's degree in autoimmune disease, like, that's how she says it. We can, I mean, that's what we pass on to our children. That's, like, we're cooking for our children. What our children eat, like, that's, now that we have that information, like, it goes into our future.
Can I set you up with my daughter?
How old
Maggie really wants to join the family. She's trying to figure out her way in.
Like you too, Frank. We can all be family. Well, we are family. And I just do want to say all alumni could not have gotten through this without all of you and your ideas and hearing your questions, and for those who are further ahead and to hear your progress and also reality. You know, it wasn't about some painted with whatever I'm trying to say, glowing, you know, it was like, no, I got
These
some
are real
challenge-
people.
and challenges, you know, getting off of whether it was soda pop or sugar or whatever. It's real people all over. And hello, KGD in Australia. It's wonderful to have
Yes,
you.
we have people. We also accept people. We are working with people in Australia and Canada. So yes, we have Australians currently in our program right now. Several right now.
But truly, back to your community question, and I had no clue that would be a
That
benefit.
you need a community.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
now.
Oh my God! And it's so fun to stay in touch on the alumni page.
Yeah.
And,
We're friends with Nympha, Cindy, everybody.
Yeah.
Nymph and Leon are going to be interviewed soon.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Morning we're doing Nympha. Yeah. So my closing question for you guys is going to be for you said it was a leap of faith,
Yeah.
right? And you said it was really difficult for you to invest in yourself, and if it wasn't for really your family pushing you to do that, you wouldn't have. And now you have hindsight's 2020. So I'm going to ask you guys. One of the biggest questions and mindset questions is about self-worth. Am I worth it? And what is your response when people out there are watching this and they're like, there's no way I would invest in myself in this way for my health? How would you respond to them with that? Because that is the most typical thing we hear is people unwilling to invest in their own wellness. They don't realize they think they're doing it for themselves and they're being selfish. But the truth is, you did it and it benefited everybody else. You thought you were doing it for Dana, right?
Yeah.
But the truth is, you getting better help them get their outcomes as well. Right? Do it for them is what you did, but you ended up realizing also too what you did for yourself as well.
Yeah, but I think it's also back to the old mindset. It's like, okay, well, I was, turning 60 and this whole, I think as you get older for many, it's this whole thing of like, finance management and retirement, just all the fear of everything, fear
Living
of
in
loss,
fear.
fear of money, fear of whatever.
Yeah.
And it's all about the next generation. And now it's like, hey, fucking no, I am worth it.
Hey.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I see a whole new horizon of,
Do you guys
possibilities.
think,
Yeah.
and boys, do you guys feel like when you hear your mom say that, what does that mean to you? Is that selfish?
No, she deserves this.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when we were trying to decide on joining the program.
No.
Like both Alden and I watched. I felt helpless for like 4 years watching her just be sick, and just not get any help really when she looked for it. So.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you do this because you wanted her to do it? Was that the real
What do you
motive? Was that the real motive? Like, were you trying to help yourself, or were you actually trying to help your mom to do something for herself?
I think both.
Yeah.
Both. What happened was she was struggling for 4 years, but then for the first time, I got a taste of
Yeah.
what she had been going
What
through.
pain is like.
What her suffering was like. I don't even know exactly what she went through, but I just got a taste, and that was enough to be like, Mom,
We gotta do
help
something
you.
different.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I can't handle this, so I don't know how you've been handling this.
Well, hiding it, pretending.
Hiding and pretending. How many of you watching are hiding and pretending? So right now, if you guys can give this family a huge thumbs up while facing some hearts, that'd be amazing. All the alumni, please say hi down below, and this is courage for them to come out on this interview. And we didn't even talk about Denise's pink bra. The alumni all know what we're talking about. So to learn more about our
She's
To
gone
learn
after
more
that.
about our program, go to drmaggieyu.com /autoimmune and watch our training about what our program is about and how we get these outcomes in just 8 weeks.
The whole team. Oh my God, Jackie.
Yes, our
as a
mindset coach.
I had no clue that was even part of the service.
You didn't even know you need it. You needed it.
Well, I've had therapy for years.
This
but
is not therapy.
I
This
know,
is like a
I
million
know.
beyond therapy.
She wouldn't let me get away with anything.
No.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and you can go ahead and share it in the comments section. That'd be great. And if you're watching this and you're not in our Facebook group, please join our Facebook group, Transform with Dr. Maggie Yu. Thanks very much,
Thank
and
you,
have a good
guys.
day.
Bye.